and gentlemen, thanks for your patience. And it's wonderful to see such a great turnout for today's event. We'll begin our program at this time. Please stand and welcome our graduates. Class of 2015, please be seated. Graduates, parents and families of graduates, honored guests, teachers, staff, administration, and members of the Board of Education. Welcome to the 21st commencement ceremony of the Randolph Academy Union Free School District and the 4th commencement at our Hamburg campus. In its 21 years, Randolph Academy had the honor of sending forth 170 students with diplomas and certificates to take their places in the world of work, higher education, vocational training, and the military. Until the other day, I can't remember seeing the last time I saw a dollar coin. That's what this is. This is a dollar coin. And it may have been as long as a year. They're not seen very often because nobody wants to use them. They're less convenient. They look a lot like a quarter, especially the Susan B. Anthony one. And they're a lot heavier than a dollar bill, so a pocketful really weighs somebody down. So they eventually end up in government storage in the Washington, D.C. area. And the reason the Treasury Department made them is that they're much more durable than dollar bills, and they can only be and dollar bills can only be circulated for a couple of years before they have to be replaced. But these dollar coins last for a long time. By some accounts, there are more than 1 billion of these dollar coins just sitting in locked vaults guarded under high security. Now, I have a dollar coin for each of you, and you're free to spend it or save it as you please. I tend to keep things like that because they help me remember events. But you're free to do with this what you want. So that's your dollar coin. Everybody take one. Would you like a dollar coin with a female on it? Susan B. Anthony or Sacagawea? Okay. Everybody's got one. As I said, you're free to save it or spend it as you please. But before you spend it or put it in your sock drawer, please think about what this coin might symbolize. The coin that sits in a government vault isn't doing anything. It isn't helping anybody. It isn't making somebody's life better or more enjoyable. It isn't even being used to buy something frivolous like a Pez dispenser or a squirt gun. You know, even frivolous purchases help somebody make a living and help support somebody's family. In fact, all those coins are a burden to our government because the space they occupy costs lots of money, they need to be guarded, and yeah, they even need to be counted occasionally. Well, this coin could symbolize your education in several ways. First of all, even though it would take a wheelbarrow full to buy even a used car, that coin has real value, just like your education. It has been determined that the value of a high school diploma, in terms of your earnings over your lifetime, could be as high as $200,000. Think about that. Today, your lifetime personal value will grow by $200,000 in one. Because you've got one in your hand when you receive this little piece of paper. The gains of going to college are even greater. And I hope that that assures you that the last 13 years of your lives have been an investment that will pay good dividends and that you can be proud of. If you take the things you learned during your schooling and lock them in a vault, you won't help anybody, you won't make life better for anyone, including yourself, and you won't be contributing to our economy or our society. But if you use your education to contribute to the economy, to work at a job that people value, and remember, every job that you get paid for has value, and to become an important member of your families, you will accomplish great things in your life that you can be proud of. And by the way, your education includes the things you've learned from our normative culture and how the 5 norms can help you succeed in life. And like the dollar coin, your education is durable and it will last for years. One big difference. This dollar coin won't change your life, but your education can, has, and will change your life if you remember to take it out of its vault and use it to make life better for yourself, your families, and for others. Mom. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Daniel Calhoun from the class of 2015 leads us in the conflict.
Good afternoon, everyone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, seated.
I'd like to introduce Ian Morey, class of 2015, to present the class address.
Good afternoon. And welcome to Randolph County Board of Education. Superintendent DiCarlo, Principal Foy, who is watching from Virginia, where he is attending his daughter's graduation. No wedding. Principal Feather, our new principal here at Randolph County, our fellow graduates, staff, and family. My name is Ian Morey. I am a senior here, and I was asked to say a few words for graduation. One of the biggest things I have learned here at Randolph are the respect norms of respect and go direction. I had learned that by giving respect, you get respect back. When I first came to school here, did not want to come. I talked about dropping out. I started to mature and look at the bright side. Everyone would tell me how I wish I knew my education and that I would really regret it if I quit. Instead of quitting, I persevered. One thing that I helped me persevere is the staff members that were helpful to me when I had bad days and good days. The teachers were very helpful by preparing me for all of my exams I had to take. They were very hard on me when I needed it, but not so hard on me that I wanted to give up. They gave me the attention I needed, and when I would get frustrated, the teachers would be patient with me and tell me they got my back. This year at school, I started an internship. Through my internship, I learned responsibility and attained a paying job. In the future, when faced with difficult times, I will remind myself how tough school was I went to several different schools before I ran off, and I had a hard time succeeding. I am here today to graduate because I didn't give up and I will never give up. I would like to thank some of the people that helped me make this possible. All the distinguished staff and faculty, my brothers Alex and Dietrich, my mom, my dad, and my fellow graduates. Day by day, we don't give up. We never give up. Thank you for your time.
Ian, thank you. That was an inspiring message. Mrs. DiCarlo will now introduce our keynote speaker.
Our speaker today is Mr. Jamil Cruz, who is the founder and managing partner of the brand management firm Cruz Brand Marketing. Cruz Brand Marketing is a full-service sports and entertainment marketing firm that specializes in strategic marketing, brand and talent management, public relations, design, events, and philanthropic initiatives. The talent management arm of his firm, CBM Management, is home to Grammy-nominated musicians, athletes, as well as entertainers in the film and music industry. Outside of this role, as a small business owner, Jamil is the coordinator of Citizens Participation and Information in the Mayor's Division of Citizen Services. His role is to promote civic engagement between the City of Buffalo residents and local government. In his time there, Jamil has worked with Block Club and community leaders in helping to address quality of life issues. He manages the Urban Fellows Internship Program for area college students and coordinates many of the mayor's events at City Hall. Jamil also serves as the vice president and founding member for the Buffalo Urban League Young Professionals, which is an auxiliary of the Buffalo Urban League. Jamil is also the founder of an organization known as Capital Change. It's dedicated to teaching financial literacy to underserved communities. Capital Change's signature event, the Changemakers 30 Under 30s Award, recognizes a diverse group of dynamic young professionals under the age of 30 in or from Western New York who excel in their professions. Jamil has always been at the forefront of service that expands beyond Western New York. He helped organize a volunteer trip to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina, raised money and collected clothing for the victims of the earthquake in Haiti, and has worked to raise money for Keep a Child Alive, which is an initiative founded by Alicia Keys that supplies medical treatment for women and children affected by AIDS in Africa. He is also the proud member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. When asked about how he is able to effectively manage all these involvements, Jamil says, "I live by a set of core values that have allowed me to reach a level of success I otherwise would not have attained had I not practiced these values. Keeping God first with everything that I do, operating with integrity in every aspect of my life, and being allergic to mediocrity and avoiding it like a plague." Jamil Cruz is truly an urban youth success story. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jamil Cruz.
Thank you for allowing me to be here, and to Principal Robert Fetter and Superintendent DiCarlo, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. Also want to say thank you to your fantastic school counselor, Ms. Taisha Newton. I can't really say enough about her. I have the privilege of not only calling her a friend, but we do work together in some capacities outside of the things that that she does here. And to see her level of passion for students is unmatched, and you guys are really lucky to have her. So thank you, Taisha, for the opportunity and presenting me this opportunity to speak today. To the faculty and the staff of Randolph, you guys are just absolutely amazing, and Thank you for your unwavering support and your passion for students, and just to see the students succeed here, and making it your personal mission to see the students succeed. Thank you to the parents. I mean, you can't say enough about the parents. Please know that your sacrifice has not gone unrecognized, and many of these guys wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for your love and support. So thank you. But most importantly, to David, Darshawn, Laura, Dylan, Ian, Matt, Chase, and Dan, you guys are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And everyone here is so proud of you. So I would ask if everyone could just please stand and give a huge round of applause to the class of 2015. My name is Jamil Cruz, and I have such an honor and a privilege to be here today. When I got the call from Ms. Newton to ask me to speak today, I have to be really honest. I was a bit nervous. I've never really, I've spoken to a lot of students in different venues before, but to give a keynote speech, that was something that was a little nerve-wracking. I was a little nervous. I didn't know if I was going to have the words to say that was really going to have the level of impact that I would really like to make, you know. So, but one of the things that she told me that was a bit of a game changer for me, she just told me, she was like, Jamil, you have a story to tell. So just tell your story. So just tell your story. So that's what I decided to do. I decided just to tell my story with the hope that these students you guys would be inspired by, and hopefully you will be inspired to change the world after this. So what I wanted to do is kind of talk to you guys in the, I want to give you some context in my speech, and I want to talk to you in the terms of breaking the cycle, all right? Because that's what I did. I broke the cycle. I've been able to accomplish a lot of my lifetime. I have the privilege of being able to travel all over the country and all over the world. I've had the opportunity to meet and work with some of the most successful and influential people in the world. I have several successful businesses that I started, and I did all this stuff before the age of 30, you know, but that didn't come without a great deal of challenges, sacrifices, literal blood, sweat, and tears, and my willingness and determination to break the cycle. So let me just give you a sense of my background, and if I may, I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. All right. I don't really get a chance to tell my story often, but, you know, I feel like I can relate to you guys, you know, so I just want to be very open and transparent with you. I came from a pretty unstable background. I was born in Buffalo, but I spent most of my childhood in Washington, D.C. With my mother and my two brothers. We lived in a house that had my mom, my brothers, my grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, cousins. It was a bunch of us in the house. And but unfortunately, we had the unfortunate privilege of growing up during the height of a drug epidemic that really took a major toll on my family, which culminated when my uncle was murdered in a drive-by shooting. I was really close to my uncle, so that took a serious toll on me. Then, exactly 3 months later to the day, on Thanksgiving night, after eating dinner with my family, my grandmother had a massive heart attack, and she died right in front of us. So with that, everything just seemed to go downhill after that. After my grandmother died, it was a big fight in my family over who was going to get the house that we all lived in. My mother lost that battle, and we ended up having marshals come and remove all of our stuff right from our house onto the street in front of everyone in the entire neighborhood to see. And it left me and my brothers and my mom homeless. So we ended up moving into a homeless shelter in Washington, D.C. And by the time we were able to find housing, the strain of raising 3 boys as a single mom took a major toll on my mother. And as a coping mechanism, she became heavily addicted to alcohol. Things were getting so bad for us in D.C. that my mother said that enough was enough, and decided to move us to Buffalo because that's where my dad was from. But what we thought was going to be a better situation for us coming to Buffalo quickly became a nightmare that went from a bad problem in D.C. to even a worse problem here in Buffalo. So we came up here at a time, and unbeknownst to us, my dad was still heavily addicted to drugs. The memories of him as a kid, when we just moved to Buffalo, aren't the greatest, and to this day can be somewhat painful. The thought of him stealing from us, abusing my mother, punching her, you know, I have a clear memory of my father just really almost knocking my mother completely out because she wouldn't give him money to go support his drug habit. So, and with all that, you know, it took a major toll on my family. And aside from that, we were when I tell you we were very poor growing up, we were very poor growing up. Like maggots in our refrigerator type poor. We were like extremely poor coming up. So, just imagine as a kid having to go through something like that. So one will only imagine the effects that it had on me, but aside from myself, it took a major toll on my brothers. After having enough of the notion of not knowing where our next meal was going to come from, or not having clean clothes because we couldn't afford it to go to a laundromat, they decided to take matters into their own hands. And they took the route of the streets. As a teenager, my older brother, who's exactly 1 year older than me, I'm 34 years old right now, we were born on the same day, just a year apart. At the age of 17, my brother was convicted of murder and he spent the last 18 years of his life in prison. And my younger brother, same thing. He took the route of the streets, and right now I don't know where my brother is. He's 2 years younger than me. He's been shot, stabbed several times, constantly running the streets. I have no idea where my brother is right now. And this is my younger brother. You know, so one would only imagine that I would eventually succumb to the pressures of the streets as well. But one of the things that I realized that was my out was education. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. I was introduced to a college prep program, the Upward Bound program, and I credit that program for single-handedly saving my life. I was introduced to opportunities to travel and meet people I probably wouldn't have met had I not gone through that program. And because of that, I was able to graduate from high school, ranked in the top 3 in my class, and I had the chance to go to college to try to become the first person in my family to graduate from college. Break the cycle. So I went to college at the University of Buffalo, and to say that I struggled was an understatement. Understand that even though I was away from home, I was living on campus, I still had the responsibility of making sure that my mom was taken care of and that home was taken care of. And after 2 years, I would succumb to the pressure of being at UB and just not doing well. And UB, they just had enough of me, and they had enough of my productivity or lack thereof, and they decided to kick me out of school. So I was embarrassing myself, but more so, I was afraid to go back to the hood. I had people waiting for me back there. They were waiting for me to fail. I had people telling me that, you know, this college thing is not going to work out for you. You'll be back, you know. And I was afraid to go back to that because I knew that my life would eventually go the route that a lot of my friends and my family members had went. But more than that, I knew that going back was not going to be anything except poverty, streets, possibly jail, or even worse, death. So I did some unorthodox things, but I was able to convince my professors and the university to let me back in school. I assured them that if they just gave me 1% of their confidence, I would guarantee them I would earn the other 99%. And that's exactly what happened. Once I got back into school, I worked as if my life depended on it, because it did. Only to eventually graduate from college and to become the first person in my entire family, on both my mother and my father's side, to graduate from college. Break the cycle. So me being able to break the cycle really boiled down to choices. I made the choice that I wasn't going to let the circumstances of my past dictate my future. I made the choice that I was not going to give any credence to anything negative, because that in which I thought about became my life. And if you give power to that which consumes your thoughts. So if you're constantly surrounded by negativity is what's going to consume your life. For me, that meant that I had to make some very hard choices of the people I decided to surround myself with. It's often said that if you really want to understand the true character of a person, look at the 5 people that's closest around them. So sometimes that means you have to distance yourself from those close to you if you really want to experience a level of happiness and success that you were never accustomed to, and surround yourself with people who have similar goals and ambitions. One rule of thumb that I live by is that if I'm ever the smartest person in my circle, I need a new circle. Seriously. Place yourself around people who you will learn from and who will push you to greatness. Make a choice, as she stated earlier, make a choice to be allergic to mediocrity. That's one thing that I live by. And be the absolute best at whatever it is that you do. If you want to own a daycare, you better be the best daycare provider that you can be. If you decide that education is going to be your path, you settle for nothing less than a 4.0 GPA every semester. You have to aim high, because when you settle for less, you often get less than what you settle for. So whether you know it or not, you guys are blazing a path. Some of you have younger brothers and sisters, and for them to see that big bro or big sis was able to defy the odds and graduate when most people counted them out, that's inspiring to them. But it doesn't stop there. This is just the beginning of the rest of your lives. I truly believe that truly believe that you guys are going to change the world. I truly believe that. If you believe that, and you believe that you can, you will. Remember, always think positive, because as a great philosopher once said, he who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. But remember that success doesn't come without action. You have to make a conscious decision to be successful. And that's exactly what you guys did. You guys made a conscious decision to be successful and to graduate. And you should be commended for that. Once you have it made up in your mind that success is going to be your destiny, and you work consistently at making that a reality, it no longer becomes a matter of if it will happen, but when. And your graduation today is just the first step. So to David, Deshaun, Laura, Dylan, Ian, Matt, Chase, and Dan, I really appreciate you guys. I'm proud of you guys. You guys inspire me. You guys inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing. You inspire these guys. You inspire your family, your friends, to have someone to look up to. You are what success looks like. Remember, on your path to success, you're going to encounter some challenges. But always remember that a setback is a setup for a comeback. And tough times don't last, but tough people do. Thank you, and congratulations to you all.
Congratulating a graduate, I can tell you that before the ceremony started, I asked him if he was planning on, or we talked about making a speech that would have an impact on our graduates. And after hearing that message and that inspiring story, I don't think there's any doubt that you hit the mark right on the nose. Thank you very much. Let's continue with our special recognition awards. The first one is Mr. Peterson, who will present the social studies.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mr. Peterson. I'm here to present the Academic Achievement Award in Social Studies, and it's going to a student I have twice a day, and she passed both the Regents and U.S. History exam, both in June here. Very proud of her, and it's being presented to Laura Tolwitsky.
Radke will present the, yes, excuse me, Ms. Radke will present the Art Program Achievement Award.
Hello, I'm Ms. Radke, and I'd like to present the Certificate of Achievement in Art to one talented student named Matt DePasquale.
Ms. Rufano will now present the Cosmetology Program Achievement Award.
Hello, I'm Ms. Rufrano. I'm here to present the Certificate of Achievement in Barbering and Cosmetology to Dan Calhoun.
Mr. Just will come forward to present the Food Service Program Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. The award for the Certificate of Achievement in Food Service is presented to David Lees. Congratulations.
Mr. Miller, will you please come forward to present the Music Program Achievement Award?
Hello, Mr. Miller. I'd like to present the Certificate of Achievement for Music to a student who couldn't walk past my room without popping his head in to play a little bit of piano, Mr. Ian Moore.
Ms. Lessica will now present the Technology Program Achievement Award on behalf of Ms. Swanson.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Lessica, and on behalf of Mrs. Swanson, I'm presenting the Certificate of Achievement in Technology to Darshawn Carter.
Mr. Ricky, would you come forward to present the Citizenship Award?
Hello. On behalf of the distinguished faculty here at Randolph Academy, I'm going to present the Citizenship Award to Dylan Pryor.
Next, Mr. Beard will present the Perseverance Achievement Award.
I'm Mr. Beard. The Perseverance Achievement Award goes to a student who refused to give up, Chason McReynolds.
Thank you, faculty, for presenting the awards to our graduates. It's a privilege for you to be able to recognize these fine young people. Mr. Fetter, can you come and give the next set of awards, please? Oh, I'm sorry. I left one out. That's all my fault. Mr. Jasko will now present the Pathfinder Achievement Award. Thank you for covering.
Thank you, Mr. Sandy. I would like to congratulate our 6 Pathfinders sitting in front of me today. And for those who are unfamiliar with what Pathfinder means or what a Pathfinder is, the following 6 students actually made the choice to become a Pathfinder. And to do that, they must follow our 5 school norms. They must take a pledge test and carry around with them a pledge booklet, which they have to obtain signatures from staff, proving that they adhere to our 5 school norms. They write a letter to their counselor stating why they want to become a Pathfinder and what they can bring to our school. And our staff also votes on that, and they must be passing their classes. Once they achieve all of that, they become a Pathfinder. They're the leaders of our school. They take part in fundraising opportunities. We raised money for local charity. We've been to Chestnut Ridge to do a park cleanup project and enjoyed nature out there. And of course, we went to Fancy Island, right? That was a lot of fun. So that was their final stamp on what was a good year. Congratulations also to Dylan and Dan on your accomplishment today. This has been the largest contingent of Pathfinder graduates I think we've ever had here at Randolph. That's a testament to all of you, and of course the staff, the teachers, the counselors here at Randolph who have worked alongside you and have given you guidance and assistance when you needed it. So all of you will not be easy to replace. Each one of you has brought unique personalities and characteristics to our school. So as each of you hear your name, I'd like you to come forward. But I'm not just going to say your name, so you're not getting off that easy. Our first Pathfinder was a big help around the school, often assisting with announcements. He would also take it upon himself at times to assist the younger students when they need a little pick-me-up. He likes to joke around, and often would have his classmates laughing with witty comments. Not many of you may get this, but he will. I hope you F5 your way through any obstacles you may come across and achieve all your goals that you have set for yourself beyond school. So, Darshan Carter, please come forward. Okay, our next student became a Pathfinder for the second time in his school career because he returned to us this year as both a mature individual, both from a physical and intellectual standpoint. When I first saw him on his tour of the school, I did not get a good look at his face, but I saw this like Fabio-like mane flowing throughout the hallway. And I thought, whoa, who is this guy? Never did I think he was a former student of ours from a few years ago. And he brought back a calming, easygoing demeanor to our school. And as you can see, when he comes forward, he also cut his hair not too long ago and donated his hair to Locks of Love. So I don't know, I mean, that's what a Pathfinder is if you ask me. So Matthew Pasquale, please come forward. Some of you may know our next student by the moniker PBC. Others may know him as the kind-hearted, easygoing individual who always has a smile on his face, and that's true right now because I've been watching. And often has intriguing questions related to academics and also various other topics. During our GGI sessions, where students at the end of the day take accountability for their actions, we talk about positives and they establish goals. He would always establish social goals for himself. But that was all fine and dandy, but I would always ask him to give a goal related to academics. And recently his goal over the last couple of months has been to pass all of his exams. So I can tell you that he did just that. 4 Regents exams, he passed them all. So he definitely conquered that goal. And one more thing. Tom Brady's currently suspended 4 games by the NFL, so I think it's finally the Bills' year chase to win the division at least. So I'm going to miss our football conversations. So Chason McReynolds, please come forward. Okay, this next Pathfinder was always willing to lend a helping hand. He wanted to assist with announcements every day, assist with cleaning up equipment during class and phys ed, would often offer to help cook at our Pathfinder picnic, where I just say, hey, just relax, this is about you today. And just say hello to the younger students in the elementary wing, give them a high five. Outside of school, he recently obtained a job at a restaurant, which he already told you about, and his hard work and determination will certainly be an asset to him beyond graduation. And also, you can always count on a friendly greeting accompanied by a fist bump every morning when you arrive to school. So Ian Morey, congratulations. This student was new to our school this year and quickly became a Pathfinder. She was a welcome addition to the group. One of her special talents is working with children, as she would spend the first half of her day working with youth at Potter Road in a local daycare center. There she impressed the staff so much that they actually offered her a position to come back. This year at school, she also rocked the runway at our first ever fashion show at the campus. As a side note, she took double the phys ed I had her every day this year. She never missed a beat, never complained, and worked hard every day. And that's true. She offered great insight to the younger students because she was with some younger individuals in class every day in GGI. Treat others the way you want to be treated, right, Laura? We'd often bring that up. So, Laura Tolowitzki, congratulations, and please come forward. Our last Pathfinder we are honoring today has been with us since 2011. When he first arrived through our doors, he was quiet and a little timid. I used to joke with him that he was my personal security guard because he would follow me around the gym every time during class, so we call it JPS, right? Jasper Personal Security. Which was fine because we began to develop a nice teacher-student relationship. As the years went on, he began to flourish, developing greater self-confidence, meeting new friends, and easily became a Pathfinder. This year, he represented our school as our Star Award recipient, which honors a student who displays characteristics such as respect, honesty, courage, and responsibility, just to name a few. He was very proud of his accomplishment that night, and so were his parents. Everyone is going to miss the baked goods he would often bring into school to share with fellow Pathfinders and the staff here at the school. He and his family were always very supportive and very thoughtful and appreciative of the staff here at the school, so we're certainly going to miss that, especially you, Mrs. Weiss. So, Dave Weiss, please come forward. So in closing, thank you all for affording me the opportunity to be your advisor along with Mr. Vitale and Mr. Shaw. There it is. And we are very proud of all of you and congratulate you on this tremendous accomplishment today. Thank you.
Now I need to thank the faculty for presenting the awards. Thank you. Please welcome our principal, Mr. Robert Fetter.
There it is. Oh, my apologies. Good afternoon. As the new principal of Randolph Academy's Hamburg campus, it is an honor, a pleasure, and absolutely a privilege to welcome all of you here today for this truly exciting celebration. Reflecting on my first few days here at Randolph, I remember a promise Mr. Foy, the acting principal, made to me. He said, "Mr. Fetter, you're going to love working with the kids here, watching them grow and mature. They'll never cease to amaze you." I had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Foy again yesterday, and he asked me to share a few thoughts with you guys. To the graduates, he wanted you to know how proud he is of each and every one of you. Your hard work and perseverance are an inspiration to us all. Now, while I've only been here a few weeks, I share Mr. Foy's sentiments. I, too, am so proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2015, and good luck in all your future endeavors. Each year, Randolph Academy recognizes outstanding students in academics and character. I am pleased to present the Randolph Academy Hamburg Campus Academic Achievement Award to Laura Tolowitzki. I am delighted to recognize 3 outstanding students who are now to be presented with the New York State CCC Award. CCC stands for Character, Courage, and Commitment. Please congratulate Matthew Di Pasquale, Laura Tolowitzki, David Weiss. In addition to the Randolph Academy Awards, the New York State Controllers Awards are presented each year to students who have excelled academically and have also shown leadership potential. Comptroller DiNapoli sends his sincere congratulations to Randolph Academy's 2015 recipient, David Weiss.
Again, thank you and congratulations to everybody. And it is now time to present our diplomas. Graduates, please come forward when your name is called.
Daniel Calhoun.
So evil, dude, you graduated.
Darshan Carter. Matthew DiPasquale. Jason McReynolds. Ian Maury. Dylan Pryor. Laura Pelowitsky. And David Weiss. The graduation tassel is a symbol of success. Some believe the reason why you place the tassel on the right is because you have earned the right to graduate. Moving the tassel to the left after graduating is symbolic of crossing over from high school to another stage in your life. Once graduation is over, don't just throw your tassel in a box and forget about it. Be proud of your achievement and display it as a reminder of how far you've come. Some people have it put into a frame with a picture from graduation. Others will drape it around their rearview mirror in their car. Wherever you choose to place your tassel, make sure you look at it often, as it will remind you of your success and give you hope for the future. Graduates, please stand. And as your final act of students of Randolph Academy Hamburg campus, turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the class of 2015.
today, but I'm just going to give you one more piece. Advice isn't very helpful unless it comes from a trusted source, and I think it's obvious from the support that you've got here that there are a lot of people around here you trust. But the one piece of advice that I hope you've heard more than once here, and I hope you've taken as a mantra that you can live by, is that the best way to help yourself, can anybody finish that? The best way to help yourself is to
Help others?
help others, that's right. It's my belief that during a student's time at Randolph Academy, everybody experiences the support of receiving help from someone when they needed it, and the satisfaction of helping someone else with a problem. Indeed, the ability to give and receive help are among the most important skills you will learn during your lives. As you leave here tonight, keep on helping others. But add this: everybody you come across in life is your brother or your sister. And the answer to that age-old question, am I my brother's keeper, is the same answer that I heard at my own college graduation over 40 years ago. You are your brother's keeper, and all mankind is your brother. So keep on helping each other. Thank you. At this time, I'll ask the class of 2015 to lead us to the library for a reception to honor our students. Congratulations.